Good morning. It's Saturday, February 8th. I'm back at Santan Mountain Regional Park. It's about 6:30 in the morning, and I've been running this morning most of the time with a full moon. I don't know, you could see it in the background. It's kind of orange. It's going down, and then on the other side of me, you can see the sunrise is just about starting. I don't know if you can catch it with this camera. I took a trail that I usually don't go on, the Malpais Trail. I threw on my headlamp because it was getting harder to see. And this trail is pretty awesome. It's really, really remote. And one of the reasons that we avoid it so much is because there's a lot of sandy wash area that you have to run through. And it's kind of a hard thing to run through that. If you ever run on a beach in the sand, it's really tiring. But anyways, I decided to do that today. My buddy Ryan Rudd inspired me because I saw on Strava that he went on Malpais just the other day. So Ryan, thank you. You're an inspiration. So I decided, you know what, I'm going to do that this morning. I got up super early. I got up around, I left my house about 4:30, and I got here just before 5. And so I started early and put in a few more miles today. And wow, look at the moon. Let's see if I can get a better shot of the moon. And so far it's been really, really, really awesome. Fun running in the dark, in the cold, with the full moon. I've got the light on my cell phone shining on me, and it's like in my face, so it's kind of hard to see. But so I just wanted to do I've been out here for about an hour and a half. So I thought I would just start rolling the camera a little bit, get the vlog going for today, and I'm gonna get back to it, and then I'll check in with you a little bit later. So I'm working on the last bit of the Malpais Trail, Santan Mountain Regional Park, and yeah, this trail is beautiful. It really is. I mean, you get up close to those bluffs back there. It's hard to see from here, but it's very remote. There aren't very many people. It's a tough trail. It's very remote. In fact, I totally twisted my ankle. I rolled my ankle big time back there, and I thought that I had injured myself, which was a little bit stressful. But you know, it hurt and everything, and maybe it'll swell up later today, but it feels fine right now. Just a little tiny pain, so I think I'm okay. But it's a real beautiful morning. I'm really enjoying it. I'm glad I got out here today. I'm gonna keep on going, and then we'll get back with you later. So far I've done about 7 miles, I think, and I should end the day. I think today I'll be around 14 miles. I don't know, we'll see. Well, the sun is coming up. I'm finishing up the Malpais Trail, getting back on the Santan Trail, and man, it's a beautiful morning. So last week I wasn't feeling that great. I got up and I was gonna come out here. My wife had to work, and I didn't want to be gone. There'd be a little bit of overlap from the time I'm gone and by the time she's gone, and I didn't want our daughter to be home by herself for too long. But I also wasn't feeling that good, so I ran around the neighborhood about 6 miles, and I ended up being sick pretty much most of this last week. So I wasn't sure how today was going to go, because I kind of wasn't feeling well yesterday either, but I feel pretty good this morning, and very, very glad to be out here. It's a beautiful, beautiful morning, and man, it's just, I think everybody should get up before the sun, go out on a hike, and watch the sun come up. It's just an incredible way to start your day. It's great, just really good medicine. Really, really good. So last week I ran around the neighborhood, and Carl had to work, so he ran later in the day. So I'm a couple miles in. Knee hurts a little bit. Just trying to keep moving. It's so different this week than last week. Last week we were running in 40 degrees early in the morning, and now I'm running in the middle of the day and it's like 75 and sunny. It's starting to get hot. Feels like more than 75. So I'm over by Freestone Park, almost 7 miles in. Sun is beating down. My left knee's hurting, quads are hurting. Doing all right though. All right, I'm home. 8 hours, or 8.5 miles. Seemed like 8 hours. Woo. That's it. And today, Carl is actually doing a half marathon. So that's pretty cool. I think it's a Phoenix marathon, something like that, but he's doing the half. And I think so. Anyways, I decided I'm gonna come out here and do at least that much, at least 13 miles. Probably end up with a little bit more. I think it'll be a little bit more. We'll see. So I've gone just a little over 11 miles, and I'm headed back towards Gold Mine Mountain. Gotta go up and over that again. And I think by the time I get to the parking lot, I'll be right around 13 miles, about a half marathon, maybe a little over that. We'll see. You know, some people have been asking me, hey, are you going to be making more keto videos? And yes, I do plan on making more keto videos. Keto cooking and just keto, you know, information and tips and all that stuff. I was talking to my friend Jason James just the other day, and he was asking me about that, and I told him, hey, yeah, one thing I haven't really said anything about yet is that over the summer I went through Dr. Berg's Keto Coach course, and I became a certified keto and intermittent fasting coach. So now I guess I'm not a noob anymore. So I'm gonna start making more keto videos. I'm still definitely following a ketogenic lifestyle. So the last couple of months have been more low carb than really like strict keto. But still low carb. And you know, everybody has different reasons for doing that kind of diet. And about, I'd say 90% of the people is because they want to lose weight, right? And for me, it was different. For me, I was wanting to train my body to become fat adapted. And what that means really is that so your body will readily and efficiently use fat as fuel. And typically, that doesn't happen. If you live your life on a very high carb diet, which and that's really most of how, America is anyways. Our traditional American diet is very high in sugar, very high in carbs. And if that's kind of what your body's used to, it never has to use fat as fuel. And that's just, so when it comes time to do that, it just won't switch over very easily. When you're fat adapted, your body will readily and efficiently break down the fat that's on your body, or even dietary fat, and use that as fuel. So if you are, if you're accustomed to a very high carb diet, then like the traditional American diet basically is just loaded with carbs, muffins and cereal and waffles and crackers and bread and all that kind of stuff. That your body is just reliant on carbs all the time for energy, right? And it just won't readily use fat as fuel. It's more used to storing fat than actually burning it. So when you kind of reduce the carbs, your body will go through this transformational sort of stage, sort of change, even at the mitochondrial level, will change how it's, what it's using, and it will turn to fat. It'll start using fat as fuel. And so breaking down the fat that's already on your body, or the dietary fat that you put into your body, and use that as fuel. You can always use carbs. You can always use carbs very efficiently. But generally, if there's a lot of carbs, it's going to store a lot of that energy as fat. So my goal has been to become fat adapted, to train my body to use fat as fuel. So I don't have to, so when I'm running the Grand Canyon, my body will use either fuel source very efficiently. Whether that's the fat on my body or what I'm eating, or it just use the glucose or carbs that I might eat during that day. And that way I have sort of an engine that is a dual purpose, sort of can use whatever fuel you put into it. And that's kind of been my goal. And I've been pretty successful at getting to that point. Now, I've also noticed a number of other benefits to following a low carb lifestyle. I won't get into all of those, but so the long answer to a short question is yes, I'm going to be making more keto videos, and I do still plan on making like how-to as far as the Grand Canyon videos, how to hike the Grand Canyon kind of videos too. Just, man, there's a lot going on right now, and I've been really busy, so it's hard to set aside the time to do that. When I'm running, when I just go out to do training, I can grab my GoPro, come out here and make a video. But we'll see. I'll figure it out. Okay, just went over Goldmine Mountain. I'm just a little ways away from the parking lot. Just under 14 miles. And I am tired. I'm not gonna lie. Right at around 10 miles, my body was like, okay, we're done, right? So, yeah, I could, today's telling me, man, I still have a lot of work to do. I was really encouraged when we went out that first time and did like 10 miles, or 9 miles or so or something. Didn't really seem like that big of a deal, actually. It was a lot easier than I thought. Well, today, doing 14 miles, it was wasn't really brutal, but was definitely a little harder than I thought it would be. I'm tired. My knee hurts, and you know, I'm pretty glad that I'm going to be done here in just a few minutes. Morning. So, but I'm very glad I came up here, and I'm super glad that I'm glad that I got out here this morning. It's been just a beautiful morning, just incredible. Getting up, running in the moonlight, watching the sun come up, and just getting the day started in this beautiful area. So that's it for this week, and we will see you next time. Dang it. Oh. Hello. Just say hi to everybody.